What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. That was a legendary voice crack. In this one, I'm going to be continuing to show you how to make the neighbor case house. This is part 14, and in this one, we're going to be doing these two rooms to finish off the second floor, along with laying out the entire third floor and getting this particular room right here done. And yeah, anyway, that is all. So with that being said, enjoy the tutorial, and I will catch you on the flip side. Alright, so you know the drill at this point. You want to get inside of your neighbor house to the second floor somehow, and if you head kind of, I guess like I am, through the main foyer here and then through the door on the right, you'll turn right and then just go through the fence gates here. And these will be the two rooms we have to do on this floor, and then we can move on to floor 3. So I guess we'll start with the birch floor one since we're already here. You want to start by getting out the following here. Red wool, actually just get the following wools. Red, as I just said. Green. Yellow. And cyan. In addition, get out nether brick fence. Powdered snow bucket. Not that there is a full block, but you get the point. Block of gold, well I guess it is the full block. End rods, and quartz pillar. So starting off in this room, if you were to immediately head to the fence gates like I just did, you want to be on the first birch behind them. From that one, you will count back by 2 and left by 1 and break 2 birch extending left, and then 4 rows back. You'll leave a 1 block gap going left and you'll break 2 more rows from there. So you have a pause symbol, I guess. We'll start with the right one specifically. If you're looking at it, you know, this way where you have the short ends closest to you, you'll place cyan wool on the, like, either short end, again, of the right one. You'll then place red inside of that and yellow directly in the middle. For the other one, you'll start with red on the ends, then place yellow, and then green in the center. To the right of these, through the center row of it, you'll place another brick fence up against the sidewall. Bring it up with 3 powdered snow, and that powdered snow can be brought in both directions along the wall, 2 full rows, which would give you a 5 by 3. On the back wall here, which is I guess the front wall actually, but the one where the little crawl space is of the vent into the next room, you want to be in the back right-hand corner and count left by 1 and replace this birch plank with a block of gold. Extend it up with 2 end rods and then a quartz pillar. You can then clear your inventory and get out the following. Spruce planks. Spruce signs. Spruce stairs. Spruce slabs. Light blue concrete. Skeleton skull. Creeper head. Smooth core, or bone blocks, sorry, not smooth quartz blocks. And we'll go with a dark oak trap door. So to start on the back wall still, you want to be just right of the opening where you're placing a spruce plank with a sign off the front. In the back left hand corner, you'll place 2 spruce planks extending forward with 2 additional rows on top like so. A spruce sign off the right of each plank will give you some funny little drawers. Leave a gap of 2 extending forward from that and place an upside down spruce stair facing forward. In front of it, an upside down spruce slab, and then in front of that, an upside down spruce stair facing back. You extend that right a row, and then copy that whole thing on top of itself one more time. On the middle right block, you'll place a light blue concrete, skeleton skull off the right of it, and to the left of it, not off of it, you're going to place a creeper head kind of just facing into the wall on that slab. Nice. In the front left-hand corner, you'll place 2 bone blocks extending up and then a dark oak trap door. We'll finish that part in a second, but clear your inventory and get out the following this time. Pale oak sign, birch sign, glow ink sacks, lime dye, item frame, clock, magma cream, which should be in items, right? Yeah, it's in items, 2 over from heavy core. Beehives, and we might just leave it there. Actually, we'll get back out spruce slabs because I missed that. On the wall here, first off, before we go to that, above the, like, right opposite on spruce to here, when you're looking at this, you'll count up by 2 and place a spruce slab with 1 to the right. Anyway, on the bone blocks, you want to place item frames with magma cream in them. We already have the clock. That's unfortunate. Above the dark oak fence gates here, you're going to place a birch sign off this yellow terracotta. Go down a line and type exit in all caps. And then you'll just place your glowing sack and lime dye off of that. From that sign, if you're looking at it, you'll actually have 4 yellow open to the right. And the next one over, you'll just place a blank pale oak sign. Also, in the corner closest to the door, you'll extend off the... Okay. You'll extend off the wall with 3 beehives, like so. Clear your inventory again and get out the following. Warp stairs. Warped doors. Polished deep slate slabs. Dark oak trap doors. Smooth quartz slabs and dark oak slabs. So for starters, on the right carpet of the 2, which is this one, off of the leftmost red on both rows, you'll place warp stairs facing right. On the left carpet, you'll take the rightmost yellows and you'll place warp stairs on those facing right as well. To the right of each of them, you'll have a warp door up against the stairs and it'll give you chairs. Imagine, like, being one of the people sitting here. You just are blocked by, like, the top of the chair in front of you. What an absolute view. Just, yes, I can see the movie well. Anyway, where you have this little 2x2 crawl space opening here, you want to place upside down polished deep slate slabs at the top. From the side that I'm on, you want to place dark oak trapdoors off of those slabs, and then more that are kind of up diagonally out a row, which should be in that position. You could also make it closed up against the cover if that's what you would rather, but I have these all open just so you can, you know, use them for their intended purposes. Anyway, both rooms are the same length across, and I mentioned this because that means the ceiling works the same in both of them. It'll be a row of upside down smooth quartz slabs along the left and right walls, and then you should know the drill from that point. It's the 1 dark oak, the 2 smooth quartz, whatever. Hopefully everyone is having a good day or night. I don't think I said that yet, but I am for the most part. Trying to, I would say finish this, but finish this is definitely a little bit of an ambitious goal. Because, I mean, in this part plus the next one, if I record them back to back, like, maybe I could get a room in the 3rd floor done, which would also be a room in the 4th. Return of the Guest is going to be so annoying if I do a tutorial on that one. Just because it's, a lot of the rooms are very similar. I'm like, just kind of remembering. Like, there's a movie room still. There's the room above us. That is, would be above us right now. I know that one's like the same as well. Anyway, you can head into the front room now and we can do this one. Clear your inventory and get out the following. Armor stands. Waxed weathered cut copper stairs. Warp trapdoors. Acacia trapdoors. Acacia fence gate. Warped sign. Hoppers. Sorry. Sleeping on the job. Oak leaves. And I don't really think there's anything else that makes sense, so we are just going to leave it there. We're going to actually use the front of the build as the front of the build in this context. So the front wall is the cyan wall. You want to be directing your attention to the back wall, and just to the left of the opening here, you're just placing an armor stand. In the back right-hand corner, you're placing an armor stand at about a 45-degree angle, and then if you crouch and click on it a bunch, you'll get this post at some point where it's like got its hands out and it looks like it's going in for a hug or something. One thing I want to mention with the armor stands, Bedrock has broken them, so they seem to, at least if I think it's if you slash summon them, they like default to hold on, I'll actually show you. It's like the pose where it's got its arms to the side. That one, I think. Yeah, the one before. I clicked too far. That one, and I don't think there's a way to fix it, unfortunately. Because every time you do fix it, like let's say you load into a world and it does this, and you click that, next time you reload, it would be back to that pose. So it doesn't seem to do it with these, but I just figured I would point that out. Anyway, from the armor stand on the right that's at the angle, you're going to be on the first block over and place a wax weathered cut copper stair facing forward. In front of it, 2 facing left and then 1 facing back. To the left of this back copper stair, you're going to break the 2 strip spruce to the left along with the ceiling below. This will be a hole in the floor. You'll replace both the strip spruce at the top with acacia trapdoors at the top half. You'll break a row in front of those 2 that also extends 1 to the left, and only the right one you will fill with a trapdoor. And then from that row of 3, you'll break the middle forward again and just place a warp trapdoor there as well. I would advise placing barriers here to actually make it so you can't fall through. This one's boarded up, but I didn't want to just do all trapdoors because it would look lame. So I left a little bit open, but I barriered it off so you still can't fall through them. Anyway, back left-hand corner of the room, placing a hopper, make sure you place it off the strip spruce, and then you'll have 3 or 2 oak leaves on top. 2. From that hopper, you will count forward by 3 and then right by 2 and place an acacia fence gate here opened to the left. That is not the left. There we go, that way. On top of it, you'll crouch and place a warp trap door, and off the right of that trap door, you'll place a warp sign. You'll have to crouch again. Clear your inventory and get out the following this time. Dark oak planks, bamboo signs, black banners, a player head, piglin head, beehive, orange glazed terracotta, spruce stairs, and a mangrove stair. To the left of this little chair you made, you'll place a dark oak plank against the wall. That is not a dark oak plank. And then extend it towards you by 1. Place bamboo signs off the right of either. And on the back plank, you'll have a piglin head facing right, and off the front one, you'll have a player head facing left. Perfectly left, not at an angle. A block above each of those on the wall, you'll place a couple of black banners. Forward diagonally right from the dark oak, you'll place a beehive here. Count right by 2 and break these 2 strip spruce along with a row in front. And you want to replace this with orange glazed terracotta that should face the correct way. So you see, actually, it may not work the same for you, but for me it's front right hand corner. Like if I'm standing in front of it, I'll place that orange glazed terracotta. Whenever you find the orientation to where like this part is on the middle, as you move, I believe left, you turn left, or as you move right, you turn right, yeah. And it should end up with this. It's hard to explain how you place it, but eventually you'll figure it out. And it should kind of give you that. Unfortunately, all that was kind of useless because you want to place upside down spruce stairs on top of it that face into each other. Right on the right and left on the left. You're not doing the whole front and back thing. You don't want to basically cover this entirely because you still can see it like that. Behind the back right stair, you'll place a mangrove stair facing forward. Clear your inventory and get out a spruce fence gate, acacia plank, flower pot, an allium, which is like this kind of pink. It almost looks like a, I forget, it's one of those like white puffy ones. I forget what they're called. That's awkward. If I remember, I'll put it in the video at some point, like an image of it. Oak slab, mangrove slab, pale oak slab, spruce slab, and a spruce sign. We also do need a beehive again. That's great. So directly in front of the right half, actually first off, above the mangrove stair, you'll place a spruce fence gate open backward. But directly in front of the right half of the table against the wall, you'll place an acacia plank with a flower pot on top of it with an allium in it. You can actually get rid of the spruce fence gate and get out a pale oak sign and place it off the back of the acacia plank. But above that on the wall, you'll place an upside down oak slab. To the right of it or towards this red wall, you'll place an upside down mangrove slab. Extend each of them up with a regular slab of the same kind. Tracing these over until you're on the corner between the two, you'll place a pale oak slab here in line with the top of what we just made. Down diagonally back from that, you'll have an upside down pale oak slab. Count back 2 and up 1 and place 2 spruce slabs extending back. Where you have the gap between these, you'll place a spruce plank on the floor with a sign off to the left. You'll then clear your inventory and get out the following to finish the room. Beehive, spruce trapdoor, end rod, and a bee nest. On top of this, you want a beehive. Behind the spruce sign here, you can actually crouch in place just directly off the top of it as spruce trapdoor. And then if you crouch in place on that an end rod with a bee nest on top, I have it facing right so the holes are kind of the least visible. It should give you that lamp. One more thing, actually. Paintings. The last room didn't have any as far as I'm aware, but I will double check because I know if I'm like, yep, nope, they didn't exist, that they somehow will have, but they don't. So there's not many in this room. It's just on the back wall and left wall. So if you look at the back wall here, take the oak leaves on the far left and count right 2 by 1, and you want a 1 by 1 painting there. Turn to your left to look at the yellow terracotta wall, and from the oak leaves on what would be the right now, you'll count up diagonally left by 1 and place a 1 by 1. Down diagonally left, you'll have another, preferably not the exact same painting, nor that one. From that, you'll just count to the other side of the banners where you'll place a 1 by 1 here. Extend it left by 1, and then each of those can be brought up with another couple of 1 by 1s. You can make that one different. Cool. Since they're all so close together, I would recommend having every single one different if you can. Really, other than that, though, it doesn't matter to me how similar or different all of your things are. I forgot what they're called. So we can lay out the next floor, since that is floor 2 done. If we head up the stairs here on the right, I'm not really going to go crazy with materials and being like, you need these immediately. We're just gonna kind of get them as we need them. Yeah, sorry, I needed water. Start by getting out the following. Red concrete, smooth quartz blocks, and we might get another block. Yeah, we can get our yellow terracotta. I don't see why not. Okay, so we'll start at the back right here. I want to start with this particular wall of red just to the left of the stairs. You should have, check it, 5 blocks on the inside visible here. If you have 5, you're going to go back an additional 3. With red on the ground level, then place a smooth quartz, and then 2 red. Extend right by 2. Place a smooth quartz. Then right by 9 with red. Smooth quartz, and then you should have 2 more red before you connect into that wall. Maybe 3, depending on if you have that corner placed or not, which you should. They're not all consistent, but they should be consistent from what I have, if that makes sense. Head through the doorway on the right, the smooth courts on the right, those are the doorways. And you should have 2 red behind this door. You want to extend back an additional 5. And then you can connect to the right with the yellow terracotta. I'm not sure if this corner is red or yellow. We'll get back to that later. The side of the neighbor room here, you will actually double layer with red on the bottom. So this particular portion is 4 thick rather than 5. And then at the very end row of the neighbor room, you'll just trace this forward with a single red, smooth quartz, and then 3 red should connect it into that wall there. Hopefully that's easy enough to start. So on the other side of this wall, actually, we can build off of the neighbor door. You'll take the back row of warped here and extend the, I guess the quartz pillar you would have at the bottom right with 3 yellow terracotta, then a smooth quartz block. And instead of like trying to give you this large number that's probably like 15 to 20, I'm going to tell you to come over here to the yellow wall that's on the, it'd be on the back wall here. It's this particular brick window. You're going to be on the 3rd yellow to the left. 1, 2, 3. And at ground level, you'll come out with 2 yellow, smooth quartz, and then 3 yellow. And then from there, you should connect perfectly right. Through that door that we just made on the left, you'll actually take this yellow wall and extend it all the way forward. We'll break the doorway in a second, and it should just connect perfectly like so. I believe it's just the same, though, that it's the door's 2, oh my god, 2 off the front wall, so the 3rd yellow back will be a smooth quartz. Yep. That is the same. The next room is kind of a weird layout. I mean, either way we slice it, I think it'd be weird. So what we're going to actually do is we're going to head over to this door next to the warped, or this doorway next to the warped is smooth quartz, and count to the 3rd yellow to the left. From that one, you're going to go back with 7 yellow, a smooth quartz, 9 yellow, 2 smooth quartz, and then what should be probably 4 yellow. Yes. Most of the rest of this room here is actually kind of laid out. We just have to get 1 on this side. So where the, would it be where the red corner is? Yeah, actually, you can bring this red out an additional 1 for now. And then if you just trace this through to this, you have 2 smooth quartzes here on this red wall. You're going to be the left one and the 2nd red to the right of said one. And you're going to extend it back with 8 red concrete. Then place a smooth quartz. And then 7 red. Then you can actually get out a quartz pillar and place an upward quartz pillar on the end there. And then you can get out cyan and extend it to the right with cyan, and it should connect into that corner of that wall. And I'll also go under this wall just because. Including under this wall. And then I'll take the 3rd cyan in front of this door, and I will extend it left with 4 cyan. A quartz pillar, 2 red, and then I'll leave a gap of 3 and place another red here. And you see this actually, like, is perfectly, I guess, the intersection point of that row of red on from the back and the one from the right we just built off of. They won't connect, but just a little bit of information. Off of this quartz pillar, you'll extend forward with a smooth quartz immediately, and that's really all I want to place there, I think, because this is a staircase. Is that all of these separate rooms? I do believe so. It's this big room which takes up 2 floors. It's this room which also takes up 2. And then every other room should just be 1 floor, which really only leaves after this, like, area, this floor is done, the greenhouse. And obviously the actual attic itself, but I am trying not to think about that one yet, because that one's not going to be fun. Yeah, there's a couple, areas where we have staircases, but we're not going to worry about marking those just yet, because it's not particularly all that important. But what you can actually do first is the big room we've been in, you want to fill in the floor of with spruce planks, this entire area here. And again, really, you're going just like around any block that is kind of freestanding, like those reds. But just make sure you don't go outside of any layout with the smooth quartz would be for the doors, I guess. And yeah. This room is odd. This one is, I think, definitely the oddball one. Which we'll kind of get to it later. Because even though the other room next to it is also 2 floors tall, that room makes more sense than this one. This one's got a bunch of, like, odd, just things going on. It's got, like, an overhanging section. It's got mismatched wall colors. It's got, like, weird extrusions for no reason. The other room is just a rectangle. I like the easy rooms. They make my life, well, easier. Although this room shouldn't be, I don't think, horrible. Like, other than some of the strange wall stuff, once I think we get a lot of that done and dusted, it'll just be, like, getting a lot of it filled in. But there's, like, a whole section that sticks out. It's here, really. It's like this portion will end up coming out. You'll see later what I exactly mean. The other room that goes 2 floors tall, which is this one, is a little bit more strange. You won't need for it lime terracotta, orange terracotta, and block of quartz for the floor. So the front wall should be this side, just to keep that clear. The left wall is this red wall, which wouldn't be filled up. And off of the, really the front and back kind of blocks of this wall, you want to extend out from both with 6 lime terracotta. Like so. The front one, you will extend back by also 6 rows. So it should be just a block before the smooth quartz there. And the back one you will extend forward by 5 rows. The rest of the floor is a block of quartz, orange terracotta checkerboard pattern. Because it's not a Hello Neighbor build now without a checkerboard pattern, apparently. I feel like that would be more true for FNAF, but I guess it's going to apply here now. I'm not really sure. It's not a me build without a checkerboard pattern. There we go. And you should have this. Ignore that doesn't line up. You can't really do anything about that. The area in front. This one should kind of already have been given to you. It's spruce planks. Just make sure you don't go over the staircase area and that you also leave this row to the side of the staircase or in front of the staircase open, which you can actually fill it with dark oak planks. I'll just get rid of the block of quartz for it. You can place a row of dark oak planks there in front. I think we do that for the other staircase as well. We won't put the thing on yet, though. It's descriptive, I know. I'll just keep getting rid of whatever's at the back of my inventory, pretty much. So I'll go over to the orange terracotta and get a block of raw iron for this room to the left, this little L-shaped room. He's iron. Such an ugly block, but it surprisingly works for, like, floors and base trims. I've been using it a little bit in builds. Next room over should also be given to you. It's warp planks. But again, you have that row of dark oak planks behind the staircase, so don't forget that one. And then you're leaving over the staircase open, obviously, because you need to walk up the stairs somehow. I want to say the rest is warped, actually. Don't quote me on that yet, but I know this room directly in front of us, yeah, directly in front of us right now is warped. I don't know about the long room, but I'll confirm. That would be very ideal if it was. So, yes, it is. The remaining 2 rooms would both be warp planks. So, have fun, I guess. And then we'll fill up the walls for, at least to accommodate for the 3rd floor specifically. And then we'll probably not fill up any more until we do the rooms that need to be filled up extra. Which we'll probably save for last. Do we want to get them out of the way? No, there'll be a good transition point to the next area up. Because then we would have to technically do 3rd floor, then 4th floor, then 3rd, then 4th. Rather than doing 3rd, then 4th, just once switching. Although it is weird, I don't know, the way the 4th floor connects is so odd. Because there's the rooftop, which connects into the attic, which is technically 4th floor still. Not the attic's 5th, but the rooftop is technically 4th, how you get to that. But then there's the other staircase that leads to the greenhouse on 4, and then there's an area outside that also leads to that greenhouse. I don't... I guess I shouldn't be thinking about the layout. I mean, look at this house. Anyway, you should know the drill. Each block will be brought up by 5 to make the walls, and then you'll place the top 3 together over the smooth quartz. And yeah. Then we'll have our 4th floor laid out, and then we'll be... Or third floor? 3rd floor. I'm ahead of myself. But yeah, and then that'll be nice to get that out of the way. This row of warp that's being seen to the wall right now, you may notice it from, like, my angle. Once you fill this up, you're like, huh, that's visible there. Just kind of ignore it. It, I think, should get covered by a bookshelf. But I'm not positive. I'm like, I remember something covering it. And I believe it's a bookshelf. Trust me, I wouldn't leave a row like that. I would sacrifice the warped rather than the yellow for that, I think. But if I can have both, why not? Anyway. Yeah. This is, again, a good point to share any thoughts on this build. Anything you may feel is important to mention. And as to whether or not the other secret neighbor maps are tutorials you would actually watch before I do them and then waste my time, you know? It's kind of my vibe. Especially because of how big these maps are. Like, I think this kind of shows that these are not your average house tutorial. Not even your average Hello Neighbor house tutorial. They are quite large. Crazy to think, like, even Museum, which feels fairly similarly sized, was not nearly as long as these. Although Museum was 3 interior parts, if I recall. Anyway, you should end up with this. We have a little bit more time, so do we want to do the staircases or something else? We can do staircases. We might as well get them out of the way along with the rooms under them. So we'll start with the less interesting one. Sorry to that staircase in particular. You want to get out the following: dark oak stairs, dark oak slabs, dark oak planks, smooth quartz blocks, birch door, yellow terracotta, and a mangrove trapdoor. This one we didn't actually mark as we were doing all of this, but it's the room to the, if you're looking from the front, it's to the left of this massive room here. It would be this warped room right here. And you see you have the, like, gated window at the front left. If you're at the back right of it, you actually want to be the third yellow behind the doorway, where you're going to replace these warped plank in the floor with a smooth quartz block. Birch door on it with the handle facing left. And then left of it, you do want 7 yellow terracotta from specifically the bottom of the door. You'll then have a dark oak stair facing back there, and then extended back with 4 stairs each facing left. From those, you'll go up diagonally, right with slabs, right with planks, up diagonally, right with stairs facing left, and then up diagonally, right with slabs, right with planks, up diagonally, right with stairs facing left, and then up diagonally, right with slabs, and then right with planks. You should know the drill at this point. You're just bringing all of them forward, and then the front on the stairs and slab rows will be stairs facing back, and on the planks it'll still just be planks. And also you want the yellow underneath it all, which you actually can start with that if you know how it should look, which is like that. Hopefully by this point this staircase will be ingrained in your memory forever. Oh yeah, get out dark oak trapdoors. Can't believe I forgot that step. On top of the plank rows, the frontmost one, you'll place dark oak trapdoors open forward. Underneath the staircase room, or in the room underneath the staircase, rather, you are going to want to, on the, like, right wall immediately, if you turn right from entering, the second block over, you'll place a mangrove trapdoor 1 block above eye level. For the underside of the staircase at the very end here, you want to place upside down dark oak stairs facing towards you. Leave this row of, I think, planks open, but then off the back of it, you'll place upside down dark oak slabs. Up diagonally over with upside down dark oak stairs. Leave the planks alone. Upside down slabs here. And then you'll have upside down dark oak stairs off of the second to last row. Basically just same thing. Another way you can do it is block pick the block that would be in front of you. And if it's plank, you use slab. And if it's stair, you use stair. I know, I think if it's slab, you would use nothing, right? No, actually, I don't think you would be able to. I think it would all be planks. And yeah, you wouldn't block pick the slabs because the slabs get covered by the stairs. They're under the stairs. Anyway. You can head out of that one and head over to where the other one would be, which is in this large room. And you can actually get out cyan concrete. It's where this singular smooth quartz block is right here. Up against the light quartz pillar. Pillar? I don't like that sentence. But anyway, you're placing a birch door on that block facing forward and then extending it forward with, this time, 6 cyan concrete. And then a dark oak stair facing right. Right of it, 4 stairs facing forward, and then from the, we'll say the rightmost stair, you'll go up diagonally back with a slab, back with a plank, up diagonally back with a stair, up diagonally back with a slab, back with a plank, up diagonally back with a stair, up diagonally back with a slab, and then back with a plank. And then you should know the drill at this point. You're extending each of them all the way left, except the right or leftmost block will be dark oak stairs facing to the left. Or to the right. Something like that. Yeah, to the right. Sorry, I butchered that a little bit. And then you want the dark oak trapdoors on the final planks, and that's like all that's important. Cool. In the room underneath the stairs, you're doing the same thing. If you block pick like this end row here, you'll see it's stairs, so you'll just cover it with stairs. Block pick this one, you see it's planks, you'll place upside down slabs. This one is stairs, so upside down stairs. This one is planks, so upside down slabs, and then this one is stairs, so upside down stairs there. In this room, you do need a couple things. You just need beehives and pale oak slabs. So if you were to have just walked through the door to get under here, immediately, and like if you just trace this across to this corner, you'll place a beehive there. You'll count up by 2 from that beehive and forward by, or towards you by 1, and place 2 pale oak slabs extending towards you from the wall. The block to the right of this beehive, you'll break the spruce plank along with the slab below it. If you have a gap here, which you probably do, you'll actually fill it with sideways quartz pillars, which I'll just grab out and place like that. But from that block, you'll break forward 2 more rows. Right by 1 from each of those front 2, and then from that back 1 of the 2, you'll break right again. And this should lead you down into the room we would have made actually at the beginning of the part. It's not the cinema room, it's the room in front of the cinema room. The cinnamon room. Anyway. Do we still have time? Yeah, we should. It should only be 30 minutes, right? I'm not crazy. I just am trying to avoid starting a room, but I guess we'll just bite the bullet and start one. So for the logic of the floor thing, we're gonna just work. What would that be? It'd be that way. So clockwise. Nope, counterclockwise. Sorry. You want to start from the back right room, which is this one. It's the staircase room here, which is red walled room rather than yellow, because the other one will be yellowed. And get out the following. Acacia planks, acacia stairs, acacia trap doors, warp sign, flower pot, torch flower, pale oak sign, mud brick wall, and dark oak fence. So first off, immediately on the dark oak planks here, you want to place dark oak fence. They should extend right an additional 1 and then all the way back. You're going to probably have spruce here. You just want to make sure it's dark oak. And you can also actually get rid of the dark oak fence once you've placed them all. And just place the dark oak at the end there. On each end / corner of the dark oak fence rows, you'll place flower pots. And there should be a not quite direct center, but between these 2 that are further away, you'll have a kind of sort of maybe center. There'll be 5 off one and 4 off the other, but that's the way she blows, I guess. In the back left-hand corner of this room, you want to count forward by 1 and place an acacia plank here in the floor. On top of it, you'll have an upside-down acacia stair facing right with a warp sign on that side. Acacia trapdoors open off the side of these stairs. We'll give you one of these. On top of it, a flower pot with a torch flower in it. From these stairs specifically, you'll count forward by 3 and place an acacia plank with a pale oak sign off the right. You'll have a mud brick wall on top like so. From the whatever. In front of the staircase, you're going to take out of those 2 back windows. You want to be in line with the right one. And from that block here, if you count right by 2, you'll replace this acacia or the spruce plank with an acacia plank. The upside-down acacia stair you place on this one will face to the left, though. The warp sign will still be on that side, and you'll only have the acacia trapdoor on the one side, since you can only put it on that one. You'll then clear your inventory and get out the following. A sea pickle, warped planks, warped slabs, oak doors, oak trapdoors, torches, acacia buttons, item frame, and a clock. On top of this, you want to place a sea pickle. To the right of this, you want to place 2 warp planks extending along the floor and extend each of them up by 2. You'll then place warp slabs on top. Off the bottom 2x2, you'll place a set of oak doors facing into each other with oak trapdoors above them opened against the planks. If you're looking at this now, you'll take it to the left of it where you'll have this door leading into the floor or the room with the checkerboard floor. You'll place an acacia button to the right of that doorway. To the left of it, you'll leave a gap of 1 and place an item frame with a clock in it. Count back to the right still from this angle, and if you take this doorway to the left of it, you'll place an acacia button, and same with this one on this wall. If you're looking at it to the left, you'll have a button. You'll count to the second block to the right of that doorway, and then up by 1 and place a torch. Clear your inventory and get out the following. Paintings. Birch doors. Dark oak fence gates. Smooth quartz slabs. And dark oak slabs. We'll just do each doorway first. If you take this doorway here, closest to the torch we just placed, the birch door will face towards the acacia button, so I'll go to the other side and place it since that's easier rather than breaking anything. On the back red wall here, this door will have the panel facing the same way towards the button. I've been trapped. And then the other doorway is actually 2 dark oak fence gates rather than a birch door. From the item frame clock on this wall, you want to count left 2 and up by 1 and place a 1x1 painting here. Oh, right, forgot that worked that way. Can't I just actually do that instead? Nope, I don't know what your problem is, fence gates. And then I'll get out a full block and get rid of the birch doors. It's whatever. If you turn to your left, you'll take this wall where you have the 2 paintings 4 blocks away from each other, and between the top of them, the top 2 blocks of them, you'll place a 2x2 painting like there. On the entire opposite wall, you'll take the mud brick wall on top of this, and you'll count up diagonally right by 1 and place a 1x1 painting there. You extend that 1x1 both up by 1 along with right by 1 from the sim painting. Turn to your left again, and you'll take this acacia button here on this door. Count left by 2 and up by 1, and you'll place a 1x1 there. You extend that 1x1 up 1 and then right 1. The ceiling starts with a row of upside down smooth quartz slabs along the left and the right at the top row, and then it's, you know, the same old, same old. And now we can end after this. Since it's been, well. Do I wanna? I don't know why I'm so impatient to end. Yeah, that might be a good point, honestly. Since I'm gonna probably record another part anyway, it's not like it matters to me. Don't need to cram another room in here. Take a, you know, slightly shorter part, but still not too much shorter. Well, anyway, once you're done that, ladies and gentlemen, that is Secret Neighbor, the Neighbor Case House Part 14 complete. I don't know how to get out of here now. That's going to get more and more enjoyable the further we get, is me trying to find my way out of the house. There we go, I found an exit. I mean, I know the layout. I was just like, so used to being on the first or second floor where I can just immediately leave. Anyway, thank you all so much if you guys did enjoy this video. Have a fantastic rest of your day. Or night. I'm not going to have my emoji, am I? Oh, I do. And I will see you on the next one. Peace.